This is Brian at Atlanta Hot Tub Center. Today I want to talk about proprietary parts versus non-proprietary parts and what to avoid. So I think there's kind of a myth here. You've got a lot of people saying, hey, no proprietary parts, no proprietary parts. Well, so I want to explain, I want to go in depth a little bit. Let's first start with the car industry a little bit. I know this is kind of a funny comparison here, but when you buy a Lexus, when you buy a Mercedes, when you buy a Range Rover, a Jaguar, a Bentley, or something along those lines, every part in that car is going to be proprietary. Why? The reason those parts are proprietary are because those parts make that car better. The car drives better. The car is more efficient, right? Because those parts are specifically engineered and designed for the car, right? So obviously, that's why, and that's what you're paying for when you buy one of those vehicles or you purchase one of those vehicles. So again, I'm not going for a full-on comparison here to the hot tub industry, but I just want to give you an idea, okay? First things first, if you are a cheap hot tub manufacturer, don't use proprietary parts because I hate to say it, you're making the rest of us look bad. You're making a proprietary part for the simple reason that once it breaks down, you know they will have to come back to you and buy it. That is not the reasoning you should be making proprietary parts. The reason a great hot tub manufacturer makes a proprietary part is because they know through the engineering process of that proprietary part that it is going to last longer, right? And I think that that's the most important thing to take away from this. Folks, you don't want a proprietary part on a Costco, hey, Sam's Club, or Home Depot type of spa, because then you have to go back in 3 or 4 years and buy that exact part again because they don't last as long, right? When you buy a proprietary part and you've got a hot spring, you've got a Sundance, you've got a Master Spas, those guys are all using proprietary circuit boards and parts, and the reason they're doing that is because they have found that those parts will last longer and make customers happier with their product. Let's take a real quick look at some proprietary parts, okay, and why some of these parts are proprietary. Right here I've got a filter, right? And this, your standard filter in the industry, cleans out the debris, but it does miss some of the smaller debris. So this manufacturer decided that they wanted to do a setup like this so that they could really clean those small debris. Sometimes you get those little debris in the actual filter well, right? So that's what this is doing, right? I don't have a clear ray system, but I do have a clear ray bulb, and what clear ray does is it scrambles DNA and bacteria, kills bacteria, and helps to keep the water clean and clear. So this was manufactured for a customer to have a better experience with the hot tub, not to have to constantly replace it and constantly be a headache, right? Again, these are big manufacturers. They're not going anywhere. Those parts are going to be available for you for many years to come. Over here, right? Watkins, this is a hot spring product. They use this vent shroud on the back to ventilate the heat out of the motor compartment to the outside corner. If you own a hot spring hot tub and you feel up underneath one of your corners, you'll feel a little grate and you'll feel some heat coming out of that corner, right? That's because this motor is pushing the heat out, so that way this motor stays cool and the components in the motor compartment stay cool as well. So, right, this is a good long-lasting motor. That's why they do that, right? I got some other parts here. I have some low flow heaters in the industry that I love to take a look at. There's a couple of guys that do it really, really well. What's so great about these low flow heaters is it's a 24-hour circulation system. The water flows through the heater at all times. Anytime it needs to heat, it just sends power to the heater comes on and heats up the water, right? Again, going toward the experience of keeping that hot tub good and hot every time you go out there to use it. There's a bunch of small circulation pumps in the industry. You'll find that your better manufacturers use these smaller circulation pumps. Reason they do is they're offering 24-hour circulation to really keep the debris and to keep that water flowing through the clear ray and ozone and different systems to help keep your water clean and clear and free of debris, and these little guys are pulling less than a half an amp, and the reason that they all have different designs is because that circulation pump is designed to push a certain amount of gallons per minute to keep your hot tub nice and clean. And then we've got some jets in the industry. Folks, I like to see jets with no moving parts. This is a jet that moves left and right and up and down and has no moving parts. Reason being, so that you don't have to replace it. When you have jets with moving parts underneath the water, it's just a matter of time, unfortunately, until they fail. So again, this is put into place. This proprietary jet is there because this is considered to be a lifetime jet. Again, going to the experience that you're going to have buying and using that particular hot tub or brand. This is Brian at Atlanta Hot Tub Center and explaining proprietary parts, why some are good, why some are bad, and what to avoid. Thank you.